Hi, Mactop, and today I'm doing part 2 of doll articulation. First of all, my camera's angled wrong. I'm sorry. I gotta fix that. Okay. I think it's still off. Anyway, sorry about my messy hair. We're just gonna ignore it today. So I'm doing more doll articulation in this video where it's part 2. I don't want to like spend too much time because there's still a lot of dolls. And then I also was like, after like setting up this video to do it, I go, I have to put all these dolls away. They're just like on my table, on the floor, huge pile. I gotta go and find where they go again. I didn't think this through. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's begin. I think I'm a 9. But I can't remember, and I've got dolls everywhere, so yeah. So number 1, for the first thing that I have, I'm also gonna try to go quick, like I said. I can't remember what, I know that I put her originally in 5 points, but then I was like, she's definitely not 5 points because of her articulation. So she has movement of the head, the arm, both arms, the legs, and then her feet come off, so the feet move, and I count this as articulation because I counted a part of Bratz. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7, but I think all the other ones that I have are 9. I don't know if I showed her in the last video, but I just wanted to say that. That would consider her having more articulation, but I think I'm on 9 now, and I can't remember. Like I said, I've got dolls everywhere. So we're just gonna move on to what I can see, which I have a few dolls that have Daring's articulation. So Daring's Ever After High doll. He is the more budget line. He's from Epic Winter, the only Daring doll that I believe that they made, or the first one, I don't know. Really cool doll. I do actually really like him. His crown's broken. I bought him like that. That's so disappointing. Anyways, head, arm, elbow, and wrist on both sides as well. Important to say, because not all dolls have that. And then he has legs, so that's 9 points of articulation. The other doll that I see that has that point of articulation so far that I can see is this one. I always call her Starfire, so I do apologize. What is your name? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. She also has that same points of articulation, excluding the wrist. She doesn't have the wrist, so that's not 9. Why is Daring in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she's got 7. I don't know what this pile over here is doing. Maybe Daring just slipped in. Maybe I forgot to include them, but they have 7 points of articulation. Counting the dolls on the ground. Okay. Which means that she also, it's the same character, just different look. She also has basically the same articulation, excluding the fact that she has movement at the head, arm, and elbow on both sides, movement at both legs, and her legs twist. So this would be 9. So that's the 9. So she was added in by accident. She's 7. You can tell it's not very put together. Okay. Who also carries 9 points for articulation? There's quite a few dolls that have, they're very similar to Bratz, which I love. I think that there's that all the ones that like have very similar articulation is pretty cool for Bratz. So we've got movement at the head, both arms. We've got movement at the legs. They can move at their legs. They can move at their feet. Their feet are removable, and then they also have bend and snap knees. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they got 9 points for articulation. Another doll that also has 9 points for articulation would be the Gwen Stefani doll. I actually love this one. She's not in her outfit, but I think that their face and their look is so fun. Obviously, they're supposed to be copying Bratz, but she has that same points for articulation. Yeah, she does have bend and snap knees. I'm sorry, I've never tested it. And then I also have this doll who has 9 points of articulation as well, I believe. So she has movement at the head, arms, legs. She has bend and snap knees, and then her feet are removable. These are Moxies. They're made by Bratz as well. They're supposed to be Bratz. They're made by MGA, which makes Bratz. They're supposed to be like for younger demographics. People had problems with them. Also, I accidentally put this Bratz in there, but she definitely has more than 9 articulation points. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. She also has 9 points for articulation. Maybe I am right on some of them. So this is one of the ones that have, she's a bit taller than them. She's got actual like bend knees rather than bend and snap knees, so they bend better. But I don't, like, when you move her, like, her arms move, so just keep that in mind that she might technically have less, but she has movement at the head. Both arms can move. Her legs can move. Her knees can bend. They're a bit stiff. And then her feet are movable, but they can also move as well. So 9 points of articulation for her, just a different form. And then I have some dolls down here, which is one going down here, that also have articulation, and I believe, as far as I'm aware, they're 9 points. So she is doing some splits. So this is a Barbie. This is, I can never remember what she is, but it's like a nail one because I bought the doll. I found her in her outfit after I was like, I need her. So here is Barbie. She looks like this. She has 9 points of articulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think she has 10. I think she has a waist movement. Okay, and then she also has 10 waist movement, but I wanted to include her, ignoring her waist movement, because there's also similar dolls to this articulation excluding that waist movement. This is Mermaid High, made by Spin Master, am I not mistaken? So movement at the head, the arm and elbow, and then the legs and knees. So she's got legs in there if you take it off the skirt, but nonetheless, like, she's got pretty much the same articulation. And we also have this doll who also has pretty similar articulation, except excluding the elbow. She's got wrist, which I always thought that was so weird that Boxy has wrist articulation. Not elbow, like, what is the point of wrist articulation without elbow? But fun. Also, her hair is messy. Honey. Okay. Who also has 9 points of articulation, similar to the Mermaid High. We've got this, what are you called? High School Musical doll. This is Chad. I have Chad and Troy. And then Vanessa has articulation of a Barbie. So they have added ones with the elbow, but instead of having knees that bend fully, he has bend and snap knees. Next, I gotta make sure that she has all of this. So this one's an interesting one because you don't see any joints, but I believe she also has 9 points for articulation, movement at the head, the arms, and the legs, which would be 5 points. Then she can bend at her arms. So 5, 6, 7, and she can bend at the legs. So there's wire in there. So that is 9, 8, 9, which I thought was pretty interesting. I actually really like their articulation. I like the wires in them. I think that's pretty cool. Coming down to the last 2 dolls that you see, that you're gonna see here for 9 points of articulation. If I can take it out, I have this Fresh doll. So this Fresh doll has 9 points as well. She has that same one as, who did I show? The Mermaid High doll also. So I find that interesting about the elbow, that it's only elbow. Like, what is that purpose? Like, you can't really do too many movements other than like having your hands cross. I don't know. I find that interesting. It's nice to have more added articulation, but I always find that interesting when they do just elbow. But I love Fresh dolls. And then this one is the one that, like, I always am confused on why she has, sorry, she's a little bit dirty, why she has her articulation that she does. She's also pretty dusty, so I gotta dust her off. She's not in the greatest condition, so don't judge her. She is my childhood doll, and I loved her very much. But the Taylor Swift doll has 9 points for articulation. The head can move, the arms can move, the feet can move, 5 points. Bend and snaps, that's 7. And then her wrists or her elbows move, but they don't bend, they just twist. I don't know if you can see that. They just twist. And I always thought that was interesting because it doesn't make it any easier to play the guitar that she has, which would make a lot easier if they used like bending elbows. So I always found that interesting that she has that weird just added articulation when, in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. But anyways, let's move on to the articulation of 10. So first of all, I want to say that I missed one. So this one has the same as that Na 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 Teens that I showed, which is made by MGA. This is Winx Mattel doll, Icy, I guess not Winx, but yes, Winx. She has movement at the head, arms, and legs, but she also has wire in her arms, so you can pose hers and in her legs, which would make that 5, 6, 7, 9 points for articulation. I just wanted to include that because I forgot to add her. Sorry, I'm running out of room to place them. So let's move on to 10. I think this one counts as 10, but I don't know. So tell me your thoughts. This is the Monster High. I think her name's Callie. No, I don't remember what her name is. I have this doll, and she has quite a bit of interesting articulation. So she has movement at the head, the arms, wrist, and elbow on both sides. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. She can move. I counted that so bad. That's not even close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's movement at the upper rib cage. That's 8. She can move here, like sit slightly, but not really. It's like barely a joint. So I think that's 8. No, I think that's 9. If I'm correct, that's 9, right? And then she can also slightly, everything's in the way, so it's very like all the plastic stuff, but down here she can slightly move. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a joint here. It can move too. It's very slight, but it does move, I think. And I can't tell if these individually move. I think these ones individually move, so I don't know if that would make more joints. So I think it's over 10, so 12. But let me know your thoughts on what kind of joints, like what articulation you would consider, because you can move them so that she can stand better and make her like a little tripod, which I love. Stay. I also have no clue what her name is. I don't know why I thought Callie. I don't think that's her name. Anyways, let's go on to my favorite point of articulation, which is your typical Monster High and Ever After High level of articulation, which is 11 points for articulation. Now, I didn't know this, but quite a few different dolls have 11 points for articulation in different forms. Let's take a look at them. First, we have OMG Teen, or no, not Teen, Tween, which is interesting. So she has movement at the head. She can move at the arm, wrist, and elbows on both sides. She can move at her legs, and she has bend and snap knees, which is 11 points of articulation, which I think is pretty fun. We also have OMG, which has that same point of articulation, so I'm not going to go over that, but they also have that same articulation. They came first, obviously. Tweens got theirs. I mentioned Ever After High has that, so instead of the bend and snap knees, they have a full joint in the knees. We also have, I want to find Monster High, but I can't. Okay, so then they don't count. Why is she in here? I'm sorry. Move her. In addition to that, I'm sorry that their hair looks insanely bad. They're in a box. I'm sorry. This also has not the greatest quality. Descendants also has that articulation of an Ever After High doll. Another one, come on, be good, stop pulling on her hair, is OMG Fierce dolls have, instead of a bend and snap knee, they have regular knees, just like Ever After High and Monster High. I was really excited about this one because, like I said, this is one of my favorite articulation points just because it has a full bend in the knee, and I like the extra like arm movement. This doll, Art Squad, this doll, name them. Another one, Be Kind doll, has the Monster High Ever After High articulation of 11 points. Really like this doll. A lot of times I like them because they have higher points for articulation. It's just, I feel like at 11 points, you can do quite a bit with like photos and stuff. Oop, I have my Monster High one. Here she is, my Monster High doll. This one is also, sorry, I was just making sure she didn't have a chest one. Hair Fail Fix, whatever this is called, also has that articulation. Again, these just tend to be dolls that I really like. This one is debatable on whether or not she counts because her knee can only bend so much. Like, honestly, like that's lacking so much. But yes, technically Star Darlings doll do have The articulation also, their eyes are so pretty. And their faces are so good. I also have a Barbie over here who has articulation. So like I said, I didn't count the extra joints. Does she have more? I don't think so. Okay. The made to move knee is an extra joint, but she also has 11 points of articulation, which is pretty cool. And I really like to pose this doll because she can look like she's running. Also, I talked about it. This is my favorite kind of stand. Next, we have also made by Mattel. Who are you? What are you called? Wild Hearts Crew. It's on the back for jacket. She also has 11 points of articulation, which is nice. We've got Winx dolls who share that articulation as well. I think this is Jack specific, but I could be wrong, so I'm sorry. Witty also might share that. No, my Witty dolls do not. Okay, this one is a Riding Spirit doll. Also really like these dolls. Also has 11 points of articulation. Some Disney Store dolls do. I don't. Okay, so this is not the one. I shouldn't have grabbed this one. Rude. So some Disney Store dolls have this point of articulation. I do have some that did. I grabbed the wrong one because she also has feet articulation, which is more than 11, so that's 13 points. So just keep that in mind. Technically it's 13, but yeah. And then Cave Club has 11 points of articulation, also made by Mattel. Also her hair is wild because it's hard to contain this kind of quality. Also I kind of like how it looks though. So yeah, 11 points. We're getting down to the final ones. Barbie Extra has 11 points for articulation, which is why I tend to really like these dolls for photos and stuff, just because like you can move them in their hands and stuff. I don't know. And then lastly, another one that I was super excited for, and I kind of want to get some more because I've seen some. The Lay dolls, which is from the TV show that I actually have seen since unboxing this doll. Yeah, really fun, really cool. So I tend to go for be drawn in more for dolls that have 11 points of articulation. However, if you know, my favorite doll that's on the market currently are OMG dolls, which also have 11 points but don't have that full bend. So just keep that in mind. It is still one of the ones that I do go for. Yeah, I missed a 10. My bad. You might be like, you are wrong. This is a Flavis doll. I haven't fixed her up or anything yet, so just keep that in mind. That's why she's nude. Apologies. She's got 10 points of articulation. I love Flavis dolls. I love their looks. Let's look at her. So she has movement at the head, a bit stiff, arm and elbow. Same on the other one, so that is 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6 here, 7, 8, and then 9 and 10. She's got bend and snap, so 10. Moving on to 11. This is one that I started to show, so she has everything that the other ones have. The only thing that is different is she has a upper waist. She's got a little bit. It's honestly not that much, so I find that interesting that they added that when like it really, personally to me, it doesn't add much to her. Like I'm moving, like you can see it move, but like it's not a lot. Next we have boy OMG dolls. So this has everything that the girl OMGs have, excluding he's got feet articulation. So keep that in mind. Next we have Shadow High has articulation. So she's got move. You're telling me she only has 12? Okay, I think she's the one that has 12 then, because these ones have 13. Do you have 12? Okay, sorry. They're like combined. I didn't have a lot of space, so I think you have 12, but I feel like that's not true. Okay, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's got waist, which would be 6. She's got her legs move, so 7 and 8, and then bend and snap, 9, 10. I guess she does have 12 because this is a fun one. So this side is broken, but she's got elbow, like bend and snap elbows. So it would be technically on both sides, which would make it 12, but mine technically doesn't have that. But this is a gem doll. So this was exciting because this is the only gem doll that I have, and one day I plan to get more. Anyways, and then I think she's the other one that's 12, which would be movement at the head, the arm, elbow, and wrist on both sides. Her thing just came off. And then she's got upper joint articulation, and then her legs and knees can move as well. So yeah, 12. Also, I love the look that I put her in. Let me know if you agree. I think her outfit's so cute. It's not the one that she wears, but super cute. Okay, so that I know that I said that I was gonna go on to another one, but not gonna be enough time to do a part or finish it in 2 videos. So there's gonna be a part 3. I promise it'll just be 3 parts, but that way I'll be able to like end it out properly instead of rushing it. So if you want to see the rest of the articulation and stuff, because there's only a few more dolls, yeah, stay tuned for part 3. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm ActivePub. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Bye.